I just found this footage from September 2023. This may well be chronologically out of order this year, but I found lots of footage I thought I've just got to publish. But believe me, we will be going live again soon. But enjoy a little trip from last year. Decided to go for a solo sail today. The solo sail has turned into engine. Bit of a short, uncomfortable, rolly rock. I was hoping to get a nice sail and do some night sailing over to Falmouth, but yeah, do I want an engine all the way to Falmouth, 18 hours? So, see where we end up. Well, last night I diverted. There's only so much engine you can take, so I decided to come here and anchor. Had a really nice meal and a good night's sleep, so refreshed today, but I have a feeling it's going to be another engine day today. Just noticed this morning my life jacket, for whatever reason, the salt tablet must have got wet and it's inflated, but we had no rain tonight, so I've no idea why this has inflated, but bugger. Looks like a windless day in an engine. Heading for Falmouth ultimately, but see what happens. I've got a feeling it's going to be a lot of engine today, so just topped up with fuel and see where we're going. It took me about 7 attempts with sheets the wrong way, etc. But I finally got our new cruising chute up and quite pleased. I think I'm flying it right this time, but quite a mission trying to do it on your own. Bit of sailing in it. It's always such a relief to switch off the engine and listen to silence. Man, that's precision. That was awesome. No, that'll do. I don't think I could have anchored any closer to that turn buoy if I'd tried. My apologies, guys, and I have now moved. How embarrassing. But anchored up in the Yelm for the evening. I tried my best to ignore the annoying, slow, rolling swell on that anchorage, but couldn't do it, so I decided to move around the corner to Plymouth Sound. Sands Bay gave me a nice flat anchorage for the night. With engine, I'm not used to actually getting some sailing in. The silence is just wonderful. Got my solar panel on the roof pumping some power in. And also my Rutland is also putting in some power and using none at all, so Happy days, sailing at last. But what a novelty to be sailing. Just thinking about putting the cruising chute up. Currently doing 3 knots in 11 knots of wind. It's interesting to see once I get the Genoa in whether I actually go faster with the cruising chute. There's a fucking problem. Bloody hell, this is heavy. Managed to get it back in, and the problem is I didn't secure it well enough here. So after all of that work, I'm getting a little miffed and disappointed. I think by the time you've set all the cruising chute up, etc., all the time you've lost doing that, I think I'll stick to the Genoa for a bit, and somehow now I have to dry this out, covered in salt water. Yuck. I think I'm going to have to find some way of fresh watering that down and then drying it. Interesting. Driving into Falmouth. The only reason I'm going into Falmouth is I need to go to the shops and get some basic provisions for the Scilly Isles, because very minimal shops in the Scilly Isles. So this looks like a nice anchorage. If I can get in and do my shop and get out, I'll anchor here tonight, because ideally I need to leave at 4 o'clock in the morning to get a pushing tide. We'll see what happens. As with sailing, see what happens. Just pulling into St Mawes. I'm going to try and find a mooring buoy for about an hour, and then I'll nip out and anchor, but limited mooring buoys. I'm not sure how I'm going to do in here or where the mooring buoys are. Just anchored up in St Mawes. When I've looked on certain apps, they're saying no anchoring here, but look at all these people anchored. Drift into town and find some shops and top up on provisions. Wowee! This is a little piece of heaven in weather like this. I have to say, first time visiting St Mawes, we've anchored up in the perfect anchorage, absolutely flat. Now this incredible ship shop that is opposite a pub that is opposite the harbour. Life is good. If you're British and you're on holiday, you've got to have fish and chips on the beach. I'm looking forward to this. You know what, I've got steak in the fridge, and I said I'm not going to buy any chips, and I walked past the chip shop, I thought I'm having chips. The plan this morning was to go to the Isles of Scilly, but this fog, I'm not moving off this mooring, even with radar on. This is scary.
That's all, folks.